Imagine waking up tomorrow on the barren planet from June. Everything is monochrome, lifeless, savage. The grass beneath your feet, grey. The sky above, a hollow white void. Your lover's eyes, black pools of nothing. Even the blood in your veins, the same. Cold, dead, grey, as everything else. This isn't just science fiction. This is what life would look like without color. You think you know color. That is just light waves, just decoration, matter of taste. But color isn't just surface. But I believe color is part of our soul. Color is power. Color is propaganda. Color is identity. It's woven into the fabric of every revolution, every religion, every ritual, every feeling you've ever had watching a sunset. Every time your eyes are drawn to a red sale sign, every flag, every wall paint, every warning label. So this isn't a story about color, but it's a story of how we became obsessed with capturing it, and how those who understood it first learned to manipulate everyone else. In the suffocating darkness of the Lascaux cave, something truly revolutionary happened. Our ancestors took their own blood, warm, red, and alive, and mixed it in with yellow ochre, scraped from the riverbanks. They weren't just making art, but they were creating their first visual language. Red for life, black for death, yellow for the sun they worshipped but couldn't understand. You can touch your wrist right now, feel your pulse. That red connects you to every ancestor who painted their hopes on stone walls with their own life force. It's the original story, told in the very pigments of the earth. Your culture's colors were in many ways determined by your dirt. Iron-rich regions birthed civilizations obsessed with reds and yellows. Coastal communities, abundant in mollusks, developed their unique purple traditions. The Amazon's explosion of natural biodiversity created the world's most colorful textiles, a vibrant testament to its lush environment. Consider the Himba tribe of Namibia today. They still cover their skin in red ochre every morning. Their entire identity literally colored by their landscape. Their word for the color of skin and the color of earth is one and the same: surrender. This wasn't a mere choice. This was chemical destiny. Your ancestors' emotional relationship with color was programmed by geology, millions of years in the making, shaping their very perception of the world. In the scorching workshops of ancient Egypt, chemists achieved what seemed impossible. They created color from nothing. Egyptian blue was the first synthetic pigment. It required furnaces burning at over 1,000 degrees Celsius, precise ratios of silica, copper, and calcium carbonate, and a depth of knowledge that wouldn't be matched for a millennia. Walk into any Egyptian tomb. See that brilliant blue surrounding the pharaoh's mummy? That single color cost more than a slave's lifetime wages. They literally made their kings appear divine through chemistry. When common people saw that impossible blue, they didn't see art, they saw proof of godhood. For the first time in human history, color became artificial scarcity, and with scarcity came control. 10,000 Murex sea snails died for 1 gram of Tyrian purple. The stench of rotting shellfish filled the entire coastal cities. Phoenician workers spent their lives covered in the gore of extraction, harvesting a wealth more valuable than gold at the time. Roman laws were punishable by death for commoners to wear this color. Not injury, not imprisonment, but death. Why? Simply because purple funded empires. The wealth generated by this single color built navies, conquered territories, and established trade routes that connected 3 continents. Purple wasn't just fashion. It was the economic foundation of Western civilization. Look at your clothes right now. Every piece of purple fabric you own would have once made you richer than kings. By 1600 to 1800 CE, color had become colonialism's silent weapon of mass destruction. In Bengal, India, British colonial administrators issued a simple, devastating decree: grow indigo instead of rice. Farmers who had fed their families for generations were forced to cultivate a plant they could not eat, creating artificial famines that killed millions. The beautiful blue in every piece of denim you've ever worn carries this genocide in its molecular structure. Meanwhile, the Spanish conquistadors built a different empire on the bodies of insects. Cochineal red, extracted from Mexican beetles through enslaved indigenous labor, generated more wealth than silver mines. Entire ecosystems were destroyed, entire cultures eliminated, for color that now sits in your lipstick, your strawberry yogurt, and your child's candy. The Indigo revolt of 1859 saw Bengali farmers finally rise up, burning indigo factories, killing British overseers. They understood what we often forget: every beautiful color has a violent backstory. Every aesthetic choice has a body count. Meanwhile, in 1856, an 18-year-old boy was trying to cure malaria, but he didn't know that accidentally he would change the human civilization forever. William Henry Perkin was heating coal tar derivatives in his laboratory when he noticed a strange purple residue bubbling. But instead of throwing it away, he tested it on silk. The result was mauveine, the first synthetic organic dye, and the beginning of the end for color aristocracy. Suddenly, vibrant purple was available to factory workers, washerwomen who could afford colors that once had adorned emperors. The rigid social hierarchy maintained by color scarcity crumbled, literally overnight. This wasn't just scientific progress, it was accidental revolution. Your ability to wear any color you want represents one of humanity's greatest social uprisings, sparked by a teenager's curiosity about a weird purple goop. In 1918, Ensaw's infants department and Ladies' Home Journal officially declared the generally accepted rule is pink is for boys and blue is for girls. The reason is that pink became a more dedicated and stronger color and is more suitable for the boy, while blue, which is more delicate and dainty, is prettier for the girl. Read that again. Boys wore pink and girls wore blue. Around the 1940s, clothing manufacturers eager to boost sales began using pink and blue to target specific genders. This helped them sell more clothes. So every assumption you hold about inherent color preferences, all of it was invented by people trying to sell more baby clothes. Think about this. Generations of humans lived and died believing their gender identity was connected to colors. Around 1856 to 1906, wine was artificially colored, beginning in at least 300 BC. But in 1856, William Henry Perkins' discovery of mauveine kicked off an explosion of synthetic organic dyes. Discoveries of similar dyes soon followed, and they quickly became used to color food, drugs, and cosmetics. The same industrial revolution that democratized clothing color also began poisoning our food. Because these dyes were first produced by byproducts of coal processing, they were known as coal tar colors. And federal oversight of color additives only truly began in the 1880s. So your great-grandmother's candy was literally colored with coal waste. The beautiful reds, yellows, and greens that made food appealing were industrial byproducts deemed safe enough for human consumption. Take red 3, also called FD&C red, erythrocene or E127, widely used in food, cosmetics, and pharmaceuticals since its FDA approval in 1969. Every bright-colored cereal, every artificial strawberry flavor, every neon sports drink, they are all descendants of Victorian experiments with coal tar. I guess we've been eating rainbow petroleum our entire lives. McDonald's red doesn't just look appetizing. It literally triggers hunger hormones in your brain. Those golden arches aren't accidentally yellow. They create feelings of happiness and urgency that make you eat faster and leave quicker, increasing table turnover. Facebook blue is an aesthetic preference. It builds trust. while keeping you scrolling, exploiting your brain's association between blue and reliability. Hospital walls ain't painted green or white by choice. That's a specific shade, measurably reducing patient anxiety and known to speed healing. Corporate psychologists now wield color like ancient emperors wielded purple, but their control is invisible, making it infinitely more powerful. Walk into any fast food restaurant and notice how the colors make you feel hungry, rushed, slightly anxious to order quickly. That's not an accident. That's your neurochemistry being deliberately manipulated by people who've studied exactly which wavelengths of light trigger which biochemical responses. In the 1970s, researchers painted prison cells Becker-Miller pink, a specific shade designed to reduce aggression. Violent incidents dropped by 60% within days. Guards reported that the most dangerous prisoners became docile when surrounded by this color. A simple paint choice can override human aggression. If color can pacify violent criminals, what else is it doing to you? What emotions are being manufactured by the colors surrounding you right now? Your office walls, your bedroom paint, your car interior. Every color choice in your environment is subtly programming your emotional state. The question isn't whether color affects your behavior, but the question is, who's controlling the palette of your life? I was shocked to find out that ravens aren't really black. Under ultraviolet photography, they explode in iridescent purple, blue, and green that your eyes literally cannot process. Reindeer navigate the Arctic by seeing UV patterns on the snow, an entire landscape of color that is invisible to human perception. Some women have tetrachromatic vision, a fourth type of corn cell that lets them see 99 million colors, instead of the 10 million colors the rest of us perceive. When asked to describe what they see, they struggle with the language itself. I guess it's trying to explain consciousness to someone who's never been awake. An entire world of color exists parallel to us, as invisible as the X-rays, as real as gravity. What else are we missing? What other dimensions of reality are we blind simply because our biology has limits? In 2015, a single photograph shattered the internet. A dress, just a dress, seen by some as white and gold and by others as blue and black. It wasn't an optical illusion, it was a glitch in perception. The photo's ambiguous lighting was under a warm indoor bulb, or harsh daylight, forced your brain to guess what color light was hitting the fabric. And based on that unconscious guess, your reality changed. Two people, same image, entirely different worlds. If we can't even agree on something as fundamental as color, what else are we disagreeing on without realizing? The dress wasn't just a viral phenomenon, it was existential proof that reality is really filtered. That consciousness itself might be incompatible between humans. Maybe there's no such thing as a shared experience. Just billions of private, self-contained universes, all arguing about dresses. Some people have reported being able to taste colors. Others see sounds as elaborate light shadow. Synesthetes experience a version of reality where sensory boundaries don't exist, where Tuesday is always green, where violin music creates specific geometric shapes. Their brains reveal the artificial nature of our normal sensory categories: color, sound, taste, and touch. These might be arbitrary divisions that most brains impose on a much more integrated reality. Synesthetes are not experiencing hallucination. They're experiencing a more connected version of existence. What if normal perception is really a limitation? What if separating color from sound, from taste, is being partially deaf to reality? Your smartphone already knows your location, your heart rate, your sleep patterns, your purchasing behavior. AI systems are learning to manipulate your emotions through color faster than you can consciously process the changes. Smart environments will soon adjust their color schemes in real time based on your biometrical data. Feeling sad? The walls brighten imperceptibly. Feeling rebellious? Blue tones increase to build trust and compliance. Want to save money? Red warning signals flash subliminally to create anxiety around spending. The difference between authentic emotion and manufactured feeling will disappear entirely. Your future car will change interior colors to keep you alert during dangerous driving conditions. Your office will shift hues to maximize productivity during important times. Your bedroom will cycle through specific frequencies of light to optimize your sleep and dreams. This isn't speculation. These technologies exist today. Only question is whether you will know when they're being used on you. When you choose blue because it's calming, are you making a free choice? Or are you following programming embedded by millions of years of evolution? Blue sky equals safety. Thousands of years of cultural conditioning. Blue equals divinity equals trust. Decades of corporate manipulation. Blue equals reliability equals buy this product. And real-time AI manipulation of your emotional state. Your color preferences feel personal, individual, authentic, but they are actually the result of biological evolution, cultural indoctrination, economic manipulation, and technological conditioning. Layered so deep, you can't separate your real self from the programming. In a world where machines can manipulate your emotions through precisely calibrated color schemes, do you actually have free will? Or are we just experiencing the increasingly sophisticated illusion of choice? In 40,000 BCE, we painted our first dreams with our own blood. In 2600 BCE, we synthesized our first artificial reality through chemistry. 1500 BCE, we weaponized beauty for political power. In 1800 CE, we industrialized human suffering for aesthetic pleasure. In 1856 CE, we accidentally democratized wonder through teenage curiosity. In the 1918s, we manufactured gender through marketing manipulation. In the 1960s, we discovered the science of psychological color control. 2015, we realized we don't even see the same reality. In 2025, we face the final question. What happens when machines control our entire emotional spectrum? Each breakthrough in color technology has been a breakthrough in human consciousness. Each new hue has revealed new aspects of reality, new forms of power, new ways of being human. The next revolution isn't just about new colors. It's about new ways of experiencing existence itself. Look around you right now. Every color in your field of vision carries this entire history. The red in your shirt connects you to cave painters and murdered emperors. The blue in your phone screen links you to Egyptian chemists and Facebook psychological labs. The green outside your window ties you to the evolutionary survival and corporate manipulation. You are color, your emotions, your memories, your sense of identity, all shaped in by 40,000 of human struggle to capture and control light itself. We began by imagining a colorless world like the Baron's planet, savage, meaningless, and dead. Maybe the real dystopia isn't the absence of color, but it's the illusion that our relationship with color is natural, predictable, and in our control. If this journey through color sparked something in you, hit the like button. Subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden forces shaping our world. And let me know in the comments below, what's your most surprising takeaway about the power of color?